Welcome to TradersArmy.com, defending your right to build wealth and preserve capital for generations to come. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's edition of the Daily Market Commentary. I'm your host, Chuck Fulkerson. Hope you've all had an absolutely amazing trading day yesterday as we are about to get rolling. Do a pretty short one today. I apologize for the sound. I'm traveling and recording actually from the airport, the United Club Lounge, where they got rid of all my little quiet workspaces. So I apologize if it's a little bit loud. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So in the S&P, we're up a little bit this morning, but yesterday we had talked about a potential for a breakout above this blue line. Now, we were looking at that blue line as a potential breakout, and that's what we got. We broke out above 28.65, went up just a little bit above there, but the upward momentum was stalled a bit. And that stalling of the upward momentum was due to the fact that we came into what we talked about yesterday. Could have been a bit of a bull trap, right? So we had this bull trap in the Nasdaq. Now that bull trap in the Nasdaq price hit that level, and we didn't really get a strong move off of that bull trap area. So what I'm going to do now with that level is I'm going to remove that level because we are kind of continuing the run higher, and this is actually another opportunity for another leg up. So if you're still long this S&P position, I think it's okay to just, move your stop up to right underneath this area of overnight basing. If you are not still long this position, maybe you got out, I think you got another chance to get back in on the next leg to the upside. I think 28.81, this area of supply is still very much in play. Now, if indeed we get a bit of a pullback today, I would take a look at this area here for our pullback opportunity. If price comes back into this region, now your stop would have to be below the pivot, obviously. But 28.55 by 28.60 does look for a decent pullback opportunity. The Nasdaq certainly has been a little bit weaker than the S&P over the last couple of days. We've technically not made it through this area of supply, but there is a little area of supply up above us. A little bit of basing in here. This could actually also serve for a pretty nice breakout to the upside. Crude oil, we talked about this as a confirmation short, knowing that it was a very weak level because of our upward trend, right? Our big picture moving up made us change that from a limit entry to a confirmation entry, and that exactly shows why we do confirmation entries. Price came into the level, we got halfway in, which activates the trade, but has not made a move out of it since. Matter of fact, we've pierced above it. So this level would be no longer valid in what we would do. However, if we do get a bit of a pullback, we continue to put in demand levels below us that have a decent level of strength. And I would be okay on a 4-hour chart. I think there's plenty of room now. There's basically, all this noise over here, all this chop wiped out a lot of order flow. I think there's clear room for it to make it up to 65. So I think a good play for those of you that trade options on futures is to look at a crude oil futures trade, crude oil options position, because as we've marched up, there's been a nice continual run higher. If we get a little bit of a pullback, I will gladly take a long position in oil to kind of take this next leg higher. In gold, we had talked about this little gold level for a short. This little gold level for a short yesterday, and this level that we had spoken about. Price came up into here, moved a little bit away. We got a touch, but then popped right through. So more than likely, we talked about how this stop needs to be a little bit higher, possibly even above the pivot, but it's continuing that move down. Now, when I look at gold on this 4-hour chart, we can see that we are kind of in this little bit of downward trend, lower swing highs, lower swing lows, coming to an area of potential support, a little potential demand. So your shorts are the better opportunity in this market. Shorts make more sense, but I don't have a great short level on the hourly chart. I've actually got to dive to the 15-minute. Now, when I dive a little bit deeper and go into the 15-minute, there's a lot of levels in here that do make sense. And what I'm going to do is take the lowest body in this little base and the highest wick. So the lowest body would be the body of this little doji in here, and the highest wick would be this area up in there. Now, there's a chance it'll bust through here, and this level up here is a really nice area as well. All right, looking at our bonds and currency markets. So we talked about this 10-year note in the ZN. Price came really close to our ZN entry position. Did not get filled, so we need to convert that to a confirmation style entry since we came really close to it. So we switch that to a confirmation style entry, waiting for price to come in and then getting long as it comes back out. Our short up here, you know, this one worked out, you know, depending on how you took the trade, may or may not have gotten filled on this position. We based a lot before it, which definitely weakens the trade, but got a really nice move out of that level. That zone did work out pretty well. Actually came up, you know, your stop has to go above the highest pivot, so you've got plenty of room in there for that position. But now we're between some confirmation areas going forward. The Aussie, boy, this level's come close twice. And now this is really setting up. If I look at this on more of a 4-hour or even a daily chart, the daily chart especially, it's really setting up for a breakout one way or the other. Now, I'm not going to trade the breakout yet because I don't have the true breakout setup. But this overnight movement where we spiked up to supply and then came sailing down, I'm still between my levels, so I'm going to be a bit more cautious. I'm still going to be a bit more cautious on an entry on that one. Inside of the euro, so let me know in the comment section below if you took our euro breakdown. That euro breakdown is starting to move our way. I think now it's time to take your stop and move it to break even. So take your stop and move it to break even if you caught that euro breakdown from yesterday's daily market commentary. And then the Canadian level, we got our move into the level, and then we got some move away. But if you use your 6 candlestick rule, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would tell you to take your stop and move it to break even. So you may still be in the trade. If you're in the trade, I would be a little cautious, but at the very least have your stop move to break even based on our 6 candle rule. Last but certainly not least, Great British Pound and Japanese Yen. So taking a look at the Great British Pound, we talked about the breakout. The breakout yesterday in the daily market commentary definitely did occur on the triangle. Went to the next level and even a bit higher. And then in the overnight hours, we came down again hard and set up a future level. So the level that we set up is now this area here going forward. So 3166 by 3194 was set up and put in play. And then in the Japanese yen, we came into our demand level and we've done nothing. So I would take this one off of my list because it's basically hit our 6 candle rule, and it's actually setting up now for a breakdown, right? It sets up for a breakdown kind of below this area, especially since we're getting a little bit of this movement. Now, this could break out either way, but the breakout to the downside is a little bit more probable. So, hope you guys have a great trading day today. For those of you that are in the New York, New Jersey area, we're doing our Traders Area meetup. I will put it in the comment section down below for the link to register. So just make sure you register so that I make sure I reserve enough tables and enough space. But I hope you guys have an absolutely, and remember, it's no pitch, just drinks. We're just going to be just traders meeting other traders. So I will talk to you all real soon. Have a phenomenal trading day. If you need any questions, send me an email, support@tradersarmy.com. See you later.